Hello and welcome to Lobricks and our Star Wars LEGO Hoth MOC, and we are getting very close to the end. After today, we are in the final 10 episodes of the MOC. There's still some things to do, still some missing pieces to add. So as we scan across Echo Base here, you can see there's a lot of trodden upon ground, both under the X-Wings, in the speeder bay area. But there's one place we haven't finished the ground yet. That's back here in this corner. The troops are on their way out, just in front of the Tauntaun pen. So we're gonna do this groundwork today, and many of you will be happy, well, some of you will be happy, because it's also time for more Greeble. Greeble. Because you can never have too much Greeble. Greeble. And don't forget to stick around to the end, when we lay down a minifigure on the board, like we do every week. So with that, let's get building. Alright, so one last time, we have to take the Millennium Falcon out of here so we can get to the area we're going to be working on. We're going to be adding a lot of the flooring back into here. We're also going to clean up a few things. In front of the speeder, we want to add a couple of equipment shelves, just tidy up a bit. So let's get the speeder out of here as well. And it's a real crapper. Okay, so the little shelving unit I'm going to put back in here in this maintenance bay will house extra gun turrets for the speeders. And the space available is 2x16. So let's go build our shelving unit. Alright, so this rack we are building are for these, like I showed you. These the turrets of the speeders. So we're going to have 4 on the rack. And some of the engine parts for the speeder. So like I said, a 2x16 base plate. I did pick out the ones with holes in it. I think it'll just look a little more decorative against the white backdrop. So then I'm using this piece here. We call this a piping piece. And it fits about 6 across. Next, I'm going to put these little pneumatic T-pieces. I think these came, I think they still make these, but I think these were connectors for the old pneumatic hoses for air to flow through them. And then, I guess I will call this a lightsaber hilt. I think that's what it is, ish. These are facing up, like so. Then the holders for the racks are next, which are these black little claw pieces. Fit right onto there. Then to kind of hold them steady, use this 1x2 curved piece, like so. There we go. Now for the engines, I'm going to slide the engine pieces onto this piece right here. Slide those down into the, these should fit all the way through, as these pieces are hollow. There we go. And then just for a little decoration, I'm going to put these little translucent blue caps to give it a electronical looking feel. Alright, this is the rack that will hold the turrets. But we do have to mount the rack in place before I can actually put the turrets on. So let's mount this rack on the board. Alright, so let's put the rack down in place without knocking over the icicles, hopefully. Alright, now let's put the turrets in place. If I can get my hand back in there. Alright, there's the first 2 turrets on the rack. Let's get the second 2 on here. Alright, there is a close-up of the turret rack in the speeder maintenance bay. So we have another piece of Greeble that I want to put in the back of the bay. Greeble. Alright, the next piece of Greeble that I want to add back in that little speeder maintenance bay is this, I'm going to call it like a transmission fluid filtering system. Just looks cool. So let me show you how I built this. Alright, we start with our 2x16 plate. Once again, the little 1x6 stand So this time the little pneumatic T-pieces will be facing forward. And we are going to put these, I don't know exactly what to call these. They are this way, that way pieces. Hither, thither pieces. Goes on the end of the pneumatic T-bars. Like so. The two in the middle are going to have this hose connecting between the two of them. And this is essentially the filtration system. Then the outside two will have these nozzle on-off pieces, like so. And one of them is going to be connected by this tube piece to the fluid container. Now, like the other containers, this is going to be more like transmission fluid than fuel. And then you can, turn on and off and filter with this. But then we want to have our good old lightsaber pieces in the back. Or the front, I guess, whichever you prefer. And then a couple of translucent 1x1 round studs, just to show the filtration process in action. Alright, so let's go stick this guy in the back of the speeder bay, the speeder maintenance bay. Hopefully it fits. Alright, let's put our filtration unit back there. And it fits. Now we have to see if the little fuel tank will fit back there, if we can get it to connect. And this is going to be tight. Alright, I may have to secure it with a plate there, because it's kind of sticking up in the air. So let me get a couple of 1x1 round studs to secure our little fuel tank. Alright, I put some studs under there. Hopefully I can get one of them to grip. And there we go. Not too shabby. Now the question is, will the speeder fit back in there? And since it's a piece of junk and the front's missing, I think it will fit nicely. There we go. Put our maintenance workers back in place. All right, I think that looks pretty good. And man, is that one well-organized speeder maintenance bay. All right, that looks awesome. I love it. Now there's two more little pieces of Greeble I want to put down before we floor decorate. Just some little odds and ends here. Little tower piece, which I think we will secure those two pieces together with that. Then I have wanted to put this thing on Hoth for a long time, and I couldn't figure out where to put it. So, in similar fashion, I'm going to stick it right there behind that heater. So there we go. More Greeble. Greeble. All right, now we have to lay down some flooring. To do that, I am going to have to move these guys because we need some trodden upon ground here. Then we're going to move back to the speeder maintenance bay, which is now nicely decorated, and then move back towards the command center entrance, where Darth Vader's waiting to kill everyone. So let's start here. I'm going to cut over to hyperlapse mode, move these guys out, put down some flooring, move them back. Okay, that's probably enough because the Millennium Falcon will be in front of this. So there's some nice trodden upon as our heroes go running out to battle to meet the evil Empire troops. So let's get them back up and running. And I don't care what assistant says, that is definitely Rex. Also running out to meet, not his fate, because he's still alive! All right, so there is the running troopers. Again, this big blank area is where the Falcon's gonna go. So now we're gonna decorate a little bit of the floor along here and up to these computer units. All right, so there is the other little sideline floor decoration. And pay no attention to this. This is either where Rebel troopers peed, or it could be a little fuel leakage from this in-ground fuel nozzle. So now the last place that we have to do in all of Echo Base is right here, just in front of these little command centers. That's the last flooring we have to do. It's kind of sad, but let's do it. Alright, that is going to do it for building this episode. Let's take a quick look at everything we've done. Not a ton of stuff, but a lot of good flooring in. Some more Greeble, and again, more flooring. So, not entirely exciting, but I thought that Greeble was pretty cool. And the new extra Greeble. But we are getting down to it. 10 more episodes. That's it, only 10. So make sure you stay tuned. But before we go anywhere, we gotta put a minifigure down. And I have a feeling I have to put one near this little pretend oil spill potential pee stain. So as Assistant was saying a few weeks ago, we don't have a ton of these older Hoth troopers in the base. We have a few here and there. And we added more in the recent weeks. But I want to add one more. We're only gonna add one minifigure this week, but it's kind of a special fella, because he is going to be standing here over a pee stain. And you're going to have to decide, is he peeing? Is he looking at the fuel nozzle? What's he up to? Personally, I think he's up to no good. But there is one big missing hole, and one thing I forgot to put back, the Millennium Falcon. So with everything we did here, I hope the Falcon still fits where it belongs, right here. And yeah, fits nicely. Still see the running guys, still see the maintenance bay, Tauntaun pen back there in the corner, Peen Polly here, and everything in Echo Base. So Echo Base, I don't want to say it's 100% done. I'm sure we're always going to be adding little odds and ends, but with only 10 episodes left, what more could we do to Echo Base? Except, of course, for this ion cannon that's missing. So anyways, we hope you liked this video. Next week, we're going to be doing something a little different. And it is related to the ion cannon. We're going to have to go on a road trip. We're going to see an ion cannon design live and in person. And this is really one of the final decisions we're going to be making on the MOC. So make sure you're tuning in next week. Make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss that. And remember, 10 episodes left. Anyways, I am Leaky Trooper. We will see you guys in the next one. We are out of here, and bye.